Hi, all. This is Dr. J, streaming live from the eastern end of Long Island with the Power Hour, the hour before the Dow Jones Industrial Averages and the NASDAQ and the S&P and the American, whatever stock exchange you like, Toronto, close. I don't know about Toronto, making that up. Jiggly is on with us. But anyway, it's the last hour of the trading day, and Dr. J is staggering out of today with some minor losses. Lucky to get away with that. And for the week, it's been okay. We didn't do bad for the week, but today I'm not having the best of days. And I don't think my good buddy Jake is having a tremendously great day today either.
Hey. No.
I was remarking that today is not the best of days. Is the last hour of trading called the Power Hour? I just made that up. Linda said Power Hour.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Still got an hour.
The thing about this hour, it doesn't look like it has much power.
Well, you never know. It's only 2 minutes in.
The market has been very lackadaisical kind of today.
Yeah. Well, particularly for me, it's been a pounding last 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, and the rest of the week wasn't terrible for me, but today I got killed.
Oh yeah.
AEMD, BCRX, CVM down also. I think so, right?
Yeah, CVM is down. Yeah.
It's not been a good day.
Yeah.
I've had better days. The week was okay. I think I'm probably slightly ahead for the week, but today is a bad day.
Yeah.
It seems like nothing is working for me. Remember my line in the sand on BCRX of 385? Well, it hit 381.
So you sold?
I sold about 20% of my holdings at 388.
All right.
So I took a small loss on 20%. We'll see what happens.
It's recovering, but not the best of week for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of knew this would happen during or after the earnings call, which, by the way, I thought was fine.
Linda did the opposite of me, which means she's probably right. People who buy when I sell usually have better judgment than me. So
that's good. You should
that's a good sign for the rest of my 80%. What did you pay for it, Linda? Did you pay probably what I sold it at, 188? I mean, what I sell it at, 388.
Yeah, it's already 395 right now.
Yeah, see, I'm behind already.
Yeah, it's only 20%.
I'd rather be behind than ahead on that 20% because I got 80% to play with.
Hey, is that Steve?
That's our buddy, Dr. Professor, Dr. Hair Professor, Dr. Spike. He's
full crew.
He's echoing our sentiment.
Yeah.
Lenses to chart OMTX. We did do that once, but why not do it again?
Yeah, why not?
Jiggly likes CVM sub 12. Jiggly, I thought you bailed at CVM at 5 and called it a pig. Now you like it sub 12? Come on, Jiggly. Be a man of conviction. A pig is a pig.
Yeah, well, it is a dangerous time to buy CVM.
Yeah, it is.
Unless you're playing the binary. If you're playing the swing, it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what isn't dangerous with biotech land, with everything being COVID. Amarin is a COVID play now, the fish oil company.
Oh, yeah? No way.
Everything is a COVID play. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, everything is a COVID play except for BCRX, which is actually a COVID play.
Yeah. JP wants our permission to pay 102 for tandem. You want to do that? That's fine.
Yeah, everyone's getting cold feet. You know, I've heard a really interesting rumor about CVM.
What's the rumor?
About who the bird is.
Who's the bird?
He could be Adam Fairstein, apparently.
Adam Furstein could be the bird.
Yeah, yeah, and apparently it's both the bird and the sushi guy.
Adam?
Yeah.
So Adam is the food sushi guy, the bird, and Adam.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's really sushi and the bird, but impersonating Adam.
Other way around. Yeah.
The other way around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? And you know something? I don't really care. Does it make a difference in the long run, in the long scheme?
It doesn't make a difference. If it's true, it could make a difference. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think it makes a difference. I mean, they can play whatever games they want. They can manipulate this price of the stock short term, maybe for a day trade. But if you're holding long term, it makes no difference.
No. Yeah, you're right.
The only thing that matters is the data. Show me the data. That's it. I'm still even money. I see no reason to change. And I still have a mainly long position. I put in an order to buy puts, and I didn't get filled the other day. I didn't get filled at my price, that is.
Yeah, the spread is wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, CVM.
The Birdman is considered a short. Well, Adam Feuerstein is a short, so that's consistent. I've heard Sushi is a short, so that's consistent.
Yeah, well, I heard they're all the same person.
Well, didn't you actually talk on the phone to Sushi once?
No, I talked to someone else, not him.
Not him.
I know someone who has, and he couldn't tell from the voice.
Well, I know Feuerstein's voice.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we've seen his
So
interview.
if I heard, oh, whatever, who cares? Clarence, good day for PBI. So at least somebody's having a decent day. You know what I bought today after I sold the BCRX? I took that money and I put it into OPGN. I'm losing on that trade, so I did it really good. I bought it at OPGN.
Oh, wow. You bought it today?
Yeah, just now I bought OPGN at 350. I think it's 328 now.
Yeah.
So I'm down on that trade, and I'm down on selling the BCRX. I'm doing like really good today. It's one of my better days.
Yeah, it's terrible. Taking it from behind for 3 weeks.
You know, when you're on YouTube on a finance show, when we're talking stocks, nobody talks about how terrible the day they're having, except for us. Are we doing something wrong, being honest?
Yeah, no, it's, you know, if I was watching, I would think it's refreshing. You can't have a good day every day.
No, I mean, I'm just like one of the bums. I have my bad days, my good days.
Yeah, you know what's happening is that these pump stocks has been crushing it, right? And then the real deal, has not, which is frustrating on many levels.
I was thinking of selling my Co-Diagnostics today. I didn't like the price action. I decided to hold. 24 looks like a bottom of Co-Diagnostics, but there's so much competition. I mean, OpGen is coming out with a 10-minute test, and SRNE has its quick test, and FLDM has a quick test. So there's so much competition now. Maybe I should just dump the Co-Diagnostics.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sold some at 30 and change. I sold some at 27 and change. But I still have some left, about half.
Yeah. What's going on with AMD?
AEMD, AMD I sold.
AEMD.
AEMD, I wish I had sold. It's not behaving nice. I do think there'll be news next week. What do you think?
Yeah, that's interesting. Before the ER. I mean, okay, so here's a bad scenario that could happen, right? And there's good and the bad. The bad one could be that the PR this week, they were hoping the price would go up because of it, so that they can dilute. That could happen. It didn't do that. I mean, the good side is that the data could be really positive from the COVID play. They released that before the ER, pump it up, and then dilute, preferably. So I don't know. I mean, it all depends on if the results are good or not. If it's not good, they'll probably dilute before.
You think so? But you said that would kill his integrity.
Yeah, it will kill the integrity. You're right. Right.
You said it. I'm quoting you.
Well, I mean, how important is that, right? And how quickly?
I think it's very important for a penny stock like that.
Well, I mean, people will forget in a year or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, right? I would prefer if that doesn't happen.
Well, obviously, we don't want dilution before the news.
Yeah, but I mean, if the results are bad and it's released, this stock kind of tanks to $1, and then you got nothing to dilute on unless you do a reverse split.
Yeah, but doing a sale of shares to an institution or to anybody prior to data on phase 1 is going to be a tough sell. They're going to still have to give it away at $1.20.
That's true. That is true.
So did I want to dilute now at $1.20 or I don't know.
Yeah, because data is bad. It might still be $1.20. I think it's gonna be like 90 cents if data is bad.
If the data is bad, it collapses. Yeah.
Yeah, because such a low float. I mean,
and then they have to do a reverse split.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be terrible. See, once you sign up for a COVID play, I mean, it could go really wrong as well.
Yeah, it could go really wrong. Let's say the first 2 patients, and they were the only patients, they both died after the hemopurifier.
Right.
Then forget it. The stock goes to like sub $1.
Yeah.
So it's a very big gamble that Tim is taking.
Yeah, it's a big gamble. All right, that's true. I mean, it's not double blinded either, right? So I mean, you can
It's not double blinded. You can see the results immediately.
Yeah, and he has to report it if.
It's yeah, it has to. I don't know if he has to report it. But
that's a good question, right? Does he have to report it? Let's say the first 2 patient dies. I mean,
I don't think he has to report it.
Okay, so good news or bad news doesn't need to be reported.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think, though, that if, let's say you're signed up to be patient number 3, you have a right to find out what happened to patients 1 and 2, don't you? If you're in a clinical trial like that, phase 1, you can have every right to say, how did it go for 1 and 2 before me? If they said, if the doctor says, well, they both died, it might be that you don't want that treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but that's if he answer or even entertain answering.
Now, on the other hand, if patient 1 and 2 both out of the hospital after 3 days and fully recovered, I think they'll fill the 40-patient trial in less than a month.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if that happens, well, news will be released for sure.
Yeah. I don't think they treated anyone yet. That would be my guess.
Okay, so I mean, what kind of news will be released next week?
I think next week they will treat somebody.
Okay, so news of first patient dose.
Yes. And I don't know whether we'll get the results because that may be unclear. The day that they look, let's face it, the day that they're treated most likely will not be the day that they walk out of the hospital all dressed and better, and it won't be the day that they die either, probably.
Right.
So I think we get the news. First patient treated, period.
Yeah, first patient treated and is responding to the device. They're continuing to monitor the situation.
No,
I mean,
something like that. I'll give you the exact headline. First patient treated. We measured the results of the viral load, and it's down by 80%.
right.
Because in the interview that I had with him, he said that the viral load has not been measured accurately to date, but his device will do that. We're spending a lot of time on AEMD.
Yeah, we are.
I think we should get to the charts and go through.
Stood.
There's more to discuss in AEMD.
Yep.
And we're leaving everyone with double-edged sword on AMD. Could be great, could be terrible. I think that's the way it is.
Yeah, it could be great, could be terrible. Very
Yeah.
high. Oh, yeah, it's very spectacular.
Another binary play. OPGN at 319. Should we give it a look or skip that one?
Yeah, give a look.
All right.
See if we get a continuation.
Maybe we get a good update tomorrow on this one.
Monday.
On Monday. Logical tomorrow. Okay, so look at that. Whoop, look at that big green candle. That represents today's action. We had a big green candle, but at one point it was much bigger. I think it hit 444. I mean, it was like a huge candle compared to every other candle. And the volume, I believe, was significantly higher than previous volumes. Everything was just went crazy today on this news. Now it's pulling back to more sensible levels. And I think we may get another run next week. There's no question about that. Let's see the previous high, what that was. That's back here on 721. And the previous high was 253. Can it get that low? I guess so. It might test that. Well, there's another high over here. No, 251 is about it. That's pretty amazing that the previous high was 251 and it just flew past that. A tremendous move just on, on nothing more than an announcement. They have emergency use authorization. They do have something. So who knows? I mean, it's been oscillating all afternoon between like where it is now and maybe 340. You might pay to look at the 15-minute chart on this one. There is some time left to actually act on it. Does it pay? Does it pay to buy here, or does it pay to? If you want to buy it, does it pay to wait?
Oh, tough one.
15 minutes. Is it better to wait for Monday or just come in now? Let's see. Well, I got too big a picture. Want to narrow it a little bit. Okay, so it looks like we've had our ABC correction off the top. Why not take a shot with it right here?
Yeah.
Why not?
Dangerous.
It's a gamble, but it pulled back significantly off the highs. You could have no juice on Monday.
Maybe. I mean, I just don't know what other news they would have.
I don't think there's any other follow-up news. Who knows? I mean, maybe there is. But maybe there will be. I don't know. These COVID plays are so news-driven.
Yeah.
Yeah, very news-driven.
Yeah.
Don't,
Other
don't,
dates rush in right away.
yeah.
And yeah, that's
Look at all the bag holders that bought above $4. They're dying right now. I
yeah.
feel bad, and I bought at $3.50. All right, let's take a look at Sorrento, an old favorite of yours. I know you love Dr. G.
Well, the pump-friendly CEOs are having their ways.
Yes, they are, except for Dr. Kim. That stock has come back to earth.
Well, he's not, that, pumpy of a CEO. Good on
Not that pumpy. You're right.
him.
All right. Sorrento. I like the name. Kia has a very nice car by that name, right? Very nice SUV called the Sorrento.
Oh yeah, yeah, Kia.
All right, so let's take a look here. Well, it's been yo-yoing around between as high as 15 and as low as 14 or so on the 15-minute. Let's take a better look, broader view. It's been going up into the close, so nice sign. Try to get that one day view. Okay, also very nice. Made a new high today. Very nice. It's got a lot of Momo. This one could still could go. I mean, once it's making new highs every day, where she stops, nobody knows. You could run it into overbought territory, but it's already overbought. RSI is 83. You know something? I wouldn't touch it at this point. RSI has been overbought for most of the month of August. I would stay away. I think it's due for a pullback. If I wanted this to own this, I sold it, by the way. I had two parts on yesterday and the day before. I would own it midpoint of this big green candle here between 10.29 and 13.29. About $1.50 more, about 11.80. So I think you can buy this in the $12 maybe. I think it's due for a pullback. Dr. J says wait on this one. And Jake says short the hell out of it.
Wow, I don't know anything anymore, right? I mean, back in the day,
The old Jake would have said short the hell out of it.
I don't know anything anymore, right?
But the old Jake would have said short the hell out of it.
Yeah, what have? Eventually, it's going to go down. There's no way it can justify that it was a $3.5 billion market cap.
Right.
No way.
No way. It's way. I mean, the RSI is telling you it's way overbought. The market cap is telling you it's way overbought. They're far, far away from the product. So come on.
Yeah, $3 billion. Yeah, there's no way.
And I mean, I know they're working with Columbia University on essentially a spit test, but there's a lot of these spit tests going around now. 3M is working with MIT, and 3M will make it. They have experience selling direct to the consumer. None of these other companies do. So they'll make it a home test, and that'll be that. 3M will emerge the winner of all these competitions, the spit tests. I got my money on 3M. I own enough of it. And that's not the main reason I own it, but I'm just saying that's another reason. I like 3M. But in the meanwhile, CODX might get its share of sales, and FLDM might. And then even OPGN, emergency use authorization, they might. So I would say I like Sorrento fourth on that list.
Wow, fourth high.
Fourth out of 4 on the bottom of that list. Now we're forgetting about the work with Mount Sinai on the antibodies. So that's another plus for Sorrento. But that's not around the corner either. So they're a stock company that there's always been a lot of promises, right? And they don't come through.
Yeah.
So I understand this. And, you know, thanks to you, I got out of it yesterday and the day before, and I sold my Capricorn before the collapse. Thank you, Jake.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, you stared me right, at least on Capricorn. The jury is out whether you stared me right on Sorrento.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Capricorn was a great one.
Capricorn, you saved me money.
Yeah, I wish I was in the bump, but you know.
It collapsed very nicely. Thank you.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah. All right, co-diagnostics. Now, I was looking at it. Will it fill this gap? It very well might. It's a gap that wants to be filled, right? And there's so much competition around on the saliva tests and all of that. So it wants to go to $24 a share. At $24 a share, it's a steal. I think this has got a lot of juice left. I think we'll see a fourth new high. We have a series of 3 highs stemming back from March. There was a high, and then in May, and now just now in August. I think we'll get another new high before the end of the 3rd quarter. So I'm very high on diagnostics, but not at this price. In fact, I almost sold some thinking I'd buy it back cheaper. But I decided I don't have that much left, so I'll just let it ride. That was my own thinking. If I had more of it, I would have sold. Maybe that's faulty logic. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm weird about that.
APT, I sold all my APT on the earnings report before it collapsed totally. So I made a nice, handsome profit. And I bought back, too quick, however. I bought back in the low 20s, and then again in the low 18s. I was going to add today, but didn't. Instead, I added to my Lake. I think Lake will lift Alpha Protect because I think they're going to have phenomenal earnings at the end of the month. Alpha Protect had disappointing earnings, and therefore it hurt Lake. But I think Lake will do the reverse. It'll have great earnings and help APT. You could think of them as sister companies. What I like about the chart on APT is it's holding the 50 very nicely. I think the 50 is solid support here. I don't like the candle today. It was much higher, gave back all the gains. So there's good and bad on APT for the day. Quickly move along because I want to hit a few more of these. We also want to hit that request stock that Linda gave us. What is that again? OMTX?
Oh, yeah. I used to be in that one.
I know, we've looked at it before. Lake. All right, Lake is right on trend. But the trend line that I drew is interesting because it goes all the way back to May when it was trading at $15 a share. So if you extend that, if you extend that line, you get perfect trend, and we have perfect support. But just like APT, it has the same candle today, much higher earlier, and gave it all back. And now we have a gravestone doji forming. With only a half an hour left, I doubt you're going to get a big move to the upside. So Lake is to be continued, so to speak. I did buy a little bit today.
So,
Not just about where it's trading at. So I bought near the bottom, maybe a little bit, maybe I paid 5 pennies more.
yeah, last week was so nice, except for giving back most of the gains.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I did sell some, but not enough. I sold. I took about 20% off the top, like I did with BCRX. I mean, this was winners, not losers. Speaking of which, BCRX. What happened? I just lost it. I
Yeah.
had BCRX, and I must have hit the ad for ESPN by accident. So let me see if I can get it back.
There we go.
Yeah, all right. So BCRX, you see the line in the sand? It just barely crossed it. But that was enough to make me nervous. So I sold a few shares at 388, and I'm very happy to see it go up. No problem. Let it go up because most of my shares I still have. This is a nice candle, the opposite of the Lake and APT candle. It's a very long lower shadow and basically a doji. Basically no body to this candle. Basically a doji.
Yeah, I'm glad you think that.
Doesn't matter if it's red or green. It's basically a doji. Nice candle on the day. We'd like to see it break that $4. Psychological before the close. It has a little power to it. Maybe it makes that move. Do you have anything to add on BCRX?
Wow. I mean, the earnings, right? By the way, I expected it to go down a little bit on earnings. I knew they were
Well,
going to.
what happened with the earnings is the announcement that you're not going to hear galley news till the end of the third quarter, which is what, September? The end of September.
Yeah, well, before then, well, at least we know that it's going to be anytime between Monday and end of September.
Whenever they say that, it's closer to the end of September.
Yeah, as always. I mean, if it was in August, they'll just say before the end of the month.
Yes,
Sometime in September is when we'll hear the news.
probably, and probably towards the end of the month.
Now we are overdue for Japan approval news. That should nice little boost, maybe back to 5. That's a bonus, yeah. But the gallery, at least we have a time frame, right, in mind.
Yeah, and the HAE news, that sounded pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
What is
Well,
that? What is that called? What is that called? Graft host disease?
The what?
What does it stand for? Graft host?
The HAE?
Yeah.
No, it's like hereditary.
Or angioedema?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that one is the big one. That one is not until.
That one we said it could be 500 million in revenues, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the real deal, you know. Oral form. I mean the current standard of care.
Yeah.
Takeda is terrible. I mean, from an efficacy standpoint, maybe it's a little bit better, but from safety and convenience, I mean, who wouldn't want to just take a pill instead of stabbing themselves?
Right. All
Yeah.
right. We have that to look forward to on BCRX.
Well, yeah, at the end of the year, I mean, that is supposed to be the big one, right? Yeah. So at the very least, even Galley's bad, you still should be able to get some of your money back.
What you don't like about it is the lower high stemming from. I mean, the chart does not look great to me, but the fundamentals sound pretty good. The high is 629 back in May, and then you get a lower high, and another very key high over in July. What was that high? Come on. That high is 603. And then we have 1, 2, you can argue 3, 4, 5 waves down, which is bearish. So you could argue that we have 3 waves put in so far, and the rest of wave 3 would have to continue on the downside to look really bearish. So this doesn't, from an Elliott wave point of view, it looks like there's more to go on the downside before it makes an upward move.
Unless news comes out.
Unless news comes out, yeah.
That's
another reason why I sold, taking even if it's an ABC type correction, there's more to go. So it looks like there's more to go on the downside, and I figure I could buy in cheaper for the galley news. That was my reason for selling. I didn't sell that much though, so I don't have strong conviction on that.
Well, what you could do is write August calls.
Yeah.
There's still some good premium in those.
Yeah. Or I could sell and do what I did with CVM, sell the shares and buy the calls.
Yeah, the issue is that the premium is really high, right? I mean, I might even do that. I might just switch over. I'll call.
Yeah. AMD, we discussed it at the very beginning. Is there any reason to look at the chart and discuss it further? I don't think so. 175. I'll just say this: 175 is my line in the sand on this one. Just like I had a line in the sand for BCRX. It doesn't mean I'm going all out. It means I'll trim.
Okay.
Below 175. And of course, Linda will buy if I trim. When I trim, Linda buys lately. Probably doing the right thing, Linda. Don't let me spook you. All right. OMTX, speaking of Linda. OMTX. And then I really wanted to look at the S&P, which should be making new all-time highs soon.
Oh, yeah. You should.
Okay, so we had a beautiful high at 150. And we've been consolidating beautifully. This is a beautiful consolidation pattern. And it looks like it's trying to bust out of that consolidation pattern. Linda, this is a bullish-looking chart to me. It looks like it consolidated nicely over the last 2-3 weeks. And it looks like it wants to go. I don't know what the hell it does. It's oncology, right? It sounds like it, like you can't say play. Onconova. Anything with an onco is usually cancer. So it looks pretty good to me. The chart looks really nice. The bottom at $1. Look at the solid bottom at $1, Linda. It's looking good. I think we can get another run to that $1.50 level. All right. What else? Did you want me to chart anything? Or what about Professor Spike? Does he want anything?
What about I got back into AMD.
You got back into AMD?
No.
AMDA?
Yeah, ADMA, yeah.
AMDA, right?
Yeah, ADMA, yeah.
ADMA, the blood plasma.
Yeah, I got back into it after that.
I like the fundamentals on that, but aren't they still a long way from approval for their main product? I know they have some approved already, but They have another one that's waiting approval.
I think it's Q4, right?
Q4, okay. Not a long way.
Too long.
I've been in and out of this one about 10 times, so I'm glad you made me look. You got a little bit of a downtrend, and it looks like it's consolidating. What we want is that it shouldn't go below the low of the day when it gapped up. So that's what we want. We want it not to go below. If it doesn't go below this low of 321, it went below that. Oh, we're down here. We collapsed today. What the hell? I didn't even notice. We collapsed. 282 was the low of the day today. Whoa. I don't know. I don't know. When it collapses like that, you don't know exactly where the bottom is. But let's assume that it's, for your sake, let's assume it's right at the moving average, which it's hovering about now. So let's see what 289 would be the moving average. It's where it is. So if it stays right at that moving average, you got support there. But if it doesn't, the next real support is here, 715 low at 271. And if it goes below that, give up on it. Just pack it in if it goes below that. But then you're probably looking at below 250. Next stop. So I would use a tight stop on this one.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything for me? If not, we'll call it a day and we'll call it a week and look forward to a better week next week. Before I get out of the charting, is there anybody saying, ooh, please do this one? Do we have any of that?
Oh, let's look at the comments.
Yeah, take a quick look at the comments.
Well, you got the ATHX. You got the.
We didn't do ATHX.
Got AstraZeneca.
We didn't do that either. Well, which one should I do? ATHX or AstraZeneca?
I mean, that's our largest holding, all right? ATHX.
Oh, I'll do that one. Bounced back from where I last sold. I sold some at 265. Oh no, it's below where I last sold. I haven't even been following it that carefully, but as long as 265 did not hold. So then we're looking at, what is it, 252? What is this low here? 216, yup. I don't mean that. Where's the recent low? Maybe this one. 250 it would be. Below 250, we're probably looking at 220s. So we want to keep above 250. If it breaks below 250, I'll probably sell a little bit more. So it's been in a downtrend, pending COVID-19 news. And of course, the big one, ischemic stroke towards the end of the year.
How far away are we from COVID news?
COVID news, you tell me. 400 patients have to be treated, and there's also meso with 300 patients that have to be treated, and Fluristem with a similar amount. They're all in there, so there's a lot of patients that have to be treated by these three companies. I don't know how long it's going to take. Your guess is as good as mine. 3 months, 4 months?
From now?
From the time they started. They started dosing, I don't remember already, May, June, July. I don't remember when it started. The end of May, maybe.
All right, let's say June. It's been 2 months.
Yeah, it's been another month or two. No, everything's happening fourth quarter, basically.
Oh, can't wait quarter.
Bunch of news fourth quarter.
Yeah, Q3 has been terrible.
Yeah, Athesis is it's trying to survive through September, and then you're going to have a 1, 2, 3 punch that'll either propel it to 10 or above or sink it to 0. It's again, I hate to say it's not binary, but it's almost binary.
Okay. I like almost binary, you know.
Yeah, because let's face it, they have different indications, but they only have one drug. So
Yeah.
you tell me, is that binary or not?
1, 2 go. Right, the COVID thing doesn't work out. I don't think you can take that much of a hit.
It'll take a hit though, because it ran from $1.30 all the way up to $4 based on COVID news.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess when I think of binary, I always think of CVM, which is the mother of all binary.
Yes.
It's not that bad, right? In terms of
AEMD is binary also.
Yeah, AMD is binary, not CVM level binary, but still very binary.
Very binary. Depends
Right.
on this phase 1 trial.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I mean, if COVID thing doesn't work out, I see them having trouble raising the money for the cancer trial.
Oh yeah, this is everything to them.
Yeah.
AstraZeneca, I love it on the fundamentals. I almost don't care about the chart. They have the monoclonal antibodies, and they have the 2 shots on goal on the vaccine. They're gonna probably be first out with the vaccine in September. They're going to be dosing everyone in the UK and Latin America. We have an order in with them. They're right in there. I don't know why they're not higher. So the chart is good. It's holding support. It's holding the 50. There's nothing wrong with buying it here. It's very close to the 50. Any positive news, it'll send it over to $65 a share. So I'm very bullish AstraZeneca. I own a lot of it. I own a lot of 3M. I own my other blue chips are FedEx and Kimberly-Clark. I happen to be and Walmart. I'm doing well on all my blue chips. That's what makes me think, what do I need the biotech for? But in Amazon, I'm forgetting Amazon. So I'm having a very good year on the blue chips. On the biotech, I'm not having a terrible year, but the blue chips that I've been getting into have been bailing me out. And the trouble with the biotechs is the few big runs I had, like with APT to 40, I didn't have enough shares on it. I didn't have enough money on it.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, that was my problem. I didn't make the big bets on the right places. But I'm not losing on biotech. Still ahead for the year, but really it's making it a great year for me at blue chips. Amazon.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. All right, so you want to say goodnight have a great weekend to everybody?
Yep. Happy weekend. Next week will be a better week. You'll see.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a great week next week. Linda said everyone's getting cold feet on CVM, not just me and you. I don't know who everyone is, but I think Linda's right, because the price action has been terrible.
Oh, terrible. Yeah. I mean, zero volume as well. Like volume.
Pete joined us. Marty joined us.
Yeah.
And Steve says bye all. All right, Professor Spike. See you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.